All of y'all salty like you drunk the ocean. To enemies your only devotion. Watching this shit, they your favorite. And like it to know more about y'all emotions. Use it.
Alright, hold on. Alright, here we go. Monica, is everything okay? I'm really sorry. I'm such a terrible friend. Huh? What are you talking about? You're an amazing friend. Monica shakes her head. I made this all about myself. Even though you said so yesterday. You told me that I'm trying to make the club that I need the most, right? But my problems are so trivial. Fuck you. Fuck you and your fucking words. Compared to others, Sayuri responds quietly. What are you talking about? But as she says that, her face darkens. Through the silence, Sayuri mutters her realization. I left my folder here. Monica stares blankly ahead, unable to come up with a response. I wasn't ready to share these. Those. Now you're worrying about me. I don't want that. Why? We're friends, right? Nervously, Sayuri nods. Friends look out for each other. I want to be here for you as much as you're here for me. Another long moment of silence. The air is incredibly heavy. This is different. It wasn't a party yesterday, it was a club. Besides, things were so happy yesterday. You don't need to do this all of a sudden. I don't want it. I like happy. So, if you do this, then you're just being selfish. Monica massages her forehead, struggling through the frustration of such a paradox. It's understandable that Sayuri isn't ready to share certain things yet. But as unfair as it is for Monica to pry, it's also painful for Monica to force herself to ignore the needs of her friend. I'm sorry I looked. I disrespected your privacy. No, I don't blame you for looking. You would have at least needed to check if it was mine. Yeah. Monica takes a deep breath. Okay. I understand that you don't want me to worry. And I'll be able to put it aside so that we can move on. But can you promise me something? Promise you what? Monica paused to collect her thoughts. This is a lot of This is the literature club. It's a place where people can express themselves in the ways normally doesn't allow them to. That's the vision. In fact, it's our vision. Write the way into your heart or whatever. So I just want you to promise me that you'll remember that too. It doesn't have to be right now, but I want to be here for you when you need it. I want us to be ourselves like that. Sayuri smiles gently. I'll promise if you promise. Unable to help it, Monica returns Sayuri's smile. I promise. Me too. As the conversation closes, the mood in the room is lifted. With that behind them, it's time to proceed with the club activities. So, want to teach me about poetry? Huh? But what about the tournament? It's fine, we'll have plenty of time for that. But right now, I feel like I want to do this. I mean, I do have to fulfill my end of the program. There's no way I could say no to that. Just don't expect much. I do a lot of writing, but it's not like I'm a scholar or anything. That's fine. I think I just need, like, some motivation. I never know where to start when it comes up to writing poems. Starting isn't so hard. You kinda just need to write down your own feelings and see where it takes you. Yeah, but that wouldn't come out any good. It's not supposed to. You're just gonna have to fight your perfectionist mind on this one. You can just start by writing your feelings and see what kind of things it makes you think of. And then you can turn down your feelings into a little story. You can get your feelings down first and then make it sound pretty later. It's not like railroad, where you go from one end to another. It's more like a college where you find all the things where you want to and then arrange them in a pretty way. At least that's how I do it. It's not the only way, but it's a really good way to not get stuck right at the beginning. I understand. Yeah, I always get caught up in how it sounds that I forget what's actually important. Monica pulls out a pen to start writing on. Stop being a perfectionist, you idiot. Ahaha, I'm just kidding. Monica scribbles out "you idiot" after she writes it down. No, keep it. What? Why? Are you calling me an idiot? My goodness, man. Of course not. But the point is, you're not supposed to release your feelings, right? Be as dramatic as you want. I was just, well, yeah. Underneath the scribble, Monica rewrites "you idiot," and she stares at the paper. Stare back at her. It's kind of funny how I wrote that down, but I'm mad at myself for it, and I did the exact thing anyway. This is really gonna take some getting used to. I believe in you. Thanks, I do too. Me, I mean, but also you, of course. Monica continues the exercise, jotting down her thoughts. Surprisingly, quite a struggle to write without overthinking it. But after a while, with Suri's guidance and encouragement, Monica's sheet of paper begins to look fairly lively, with all her random thoughts. Phew. Monica looks up and down on her sheet. Gosh, I feel so intense looking at this. I hate it. It's also kind of liberating. I can tell how hard you're trying. It makes me happy. I think you'll be good at writing poems. Don't give me too much credit. I have to try really, really hard at it, but I think it's something that I'll enjoy doing. With you. Sorry, beams. I'll stop here, but we still have time. Let's try to work on a new flyer for the club. I won't be so picky about the linkage. Yay, let's do it! Monica and Suri proceed with their work. With each passing day, the two of them become more confident in the club. Not simply from the recruitment planning, but from their vision as well. As the bond strengthens, so does the essence of the literature club. Finally, they begin to truly feel. It's only a matter of time before they find more members. I guess that's the end of the side story. Oh, no, it's not? Why would I just cut it black like that? Another day passes. As usual, Monica is the first one in the club room. With her is an printout with the revised literature club flyer, complete with all the new ideas Monica and Siri came up with. If only this was the flyer we gave out to that one reading girl the other day. It's so much more attractive than the old one, but the new catchphrase is featured clearly in the center of the flyer. Write the way into your heart. Surely, common sense would say that one writes from the heart, not into the heart. But the message being delivered is one can use writing to discover themselves. Hopefully, Monica and Siri had thought that it would be enough to garner some curiosity from students. Why do I feel so tense from looking at this? Monica thinks back to the previous meeting when she performed the writing exercise. Was I always this bad at expressing myself? How am I supposed to be president if I can't demonstrate what this club is supposed to be about? The literature club is truly beginning to take form. With that, the weight on Monica's shoulders only becomes heavy. The debate club is always about rigid structure, formulating airtight points and counterpoints, and delivering them with conviction. It was about the person on the outside. That's why Monica was so good at it. It existed entirely within a realm of comfort. It's suffocating. I need to break through this mental wall. I need to learn to express myself for real. Monica pulls out a sheet of paper and grabs her pen. She presses the tip of the pen firmly against the paper, but her hand doesn't move. Instead, a tiny blot of ink collects around the tip of her pen. Monica lifts her pen and stares at the little blotch. For some reason, she feels compelled to run her finger across it, and she does so. The blank ink smears across the paper, ruining Monica's canvas. Ugh. Out of spite for herself, Monica presses her pen down again, letting the ink collect. She creates a second smear in the fucking come on, Monica. Just move your hand. Monica writes, "This is what I get for seeking perfection, a stain." Monica slides the paper away from her and puts her head down on the desk. The air conditioner seems louder today. "I'm here." "Hi." Monica hears Sayuri approach her desk and stop for a second, probably reading the piece of paper. Then she sits down on the adjacent desk. "Bad day?" "Mm-hmm." "Me too." "You too." "The new flyer looks so good. You've been working so hard. On the club, but also something else, I think." "I can't do it. I'm sorry. It's just hard to be vulnerable." Sayuri takes the sheet of paper from Monica's desk. She writes something down, then stares at it for a while. "Can I trust you?" "Of course. You can trust me with anything." Sayuri gazes at Monica with sadness in her eyes. Understanding the signal, Monica takes the paper from Sayuri and reads it. "Sometimes I want to die." "Sayuri, this is really, really hard for me." Her voice shakes. "So if I can do it, then you can too, because you're like a million times better than me." "That's not completely true." Sayuri takes a deep breath, trying to steady herself. "That's something about me I've never told anyone before. Even now, my head is like screaming at me to stop. But you don't have to force yourself. I mean, just because of my promise yesterday. I want to. It just feels right. I mean, maybe it's the part of the reason I came to this club in the first place. This is the literature club. I trust you. More than I'm scared." At those words, Monica stands up. Sayuri must have taken days to work up the courage for this. Were Monica's own futile but genuine efforts actually the push that Sayuri needed? Sayuri's deliberate breaths can be heard over the air conditioner. As she prepares herself to continue, Monica waits in gentle silence. "I have this problem where I get really upset when people worry too much about me. I can't control it. It's like, why waste your energy worrying about me when you can just be happy instead? So I never tell anyone about these kind of thoughts I have. It's much easier to just smile and help everyone else be happy. But that's terrible." That's what Monica wants to say, but she stops herself in fear of saying the wrong thing. "It's just that if everyone knew about it, they wouldn't treat me the same anymore. Like, whenever I'm not smiling, everyone would worry about me and ask what's wrong. I know that because it used to be like that." Sayuri pauses, seeming to recall something in the past. "I just want everyone to be happy. It's the most important thing to me. And letting people look inside my head doesn't bring happiness to anyone." Sayuri pauses. Her solemn expression makes her look different. Makes her look almost like an entirely different person. "How did you find the courage to tell me this? You're not worried that I'd be one of those people too?" "I am worried. Part of me hates myself for doing this, but another part of me, I think, just felt like it would be different this time. Whenever we talk about the literature clubs with me, I felt like it was the right thing for me to do. Especially when you've been trying so hard to express yourself too. It just made me feel like I could say it in confidence, and our friendship doesn't have to change. Haha. It's so silly. The literature club is only 2 people, but this already means so much to me." Monica feels a tightening sensation in her heart. A feeling of connection as Sayuri's emotions radiate
Lesbo.
from them. "Me too. I was so lost until you showed up. You're so brave, Sayuri. You're so strong and brave. I don't even compare." Monica says, "Oh my fucking god. Jesus. You motherfucker, bro. But if nothing else, I can at least offer you some hug energy. If you'd like." Okay, here we go. Finally.
Wait. Don't skip over it. Wait, give me
What?
a second.
What is it?
I have to go AFK for 3 seconds. I'm just grabbing something.
Oh shit!
Alright, I'm back. Imagine being down bad.
Alright, anyways, wordlessly without a smile, Siri rests her forehead on Monica's shoulder. Through their contact, Monica can almost feel the torrent of thoughts swimming in Siri's head. In this moment, enchanted by the air of the club, Monica realizes of all the days that passed, this is the one where she really hopes nobody new walks through the door.
Right, that's enough
She
pictures.
speaks softly. You're like the sweetest girl I've ever met. You can say anything, I'll never judge you. I promise. Suri's breath begins to quiver. She takes several deep breaths, trying as hard as she can to start speaking, to say the things she never once dared to say out loud. Finally, she speaks in a choked voice. I'm so worthless. I'm worthless, and everyone would be better without me. She suppressed a sob as a tear falls down her cheek. I'm just an inconvenience to everyone. I'm not good at anything. It just feels like everyone just has to put up with me. And I hit it. The more Siri speaks, the more she feels to control her voice, falling victim to the overwhelming sadness clutching at her throat and chest. I don't want to have to have these thoughts. I want them to go away, and I'm making you put up with me. I just want to die. As soon as Sayori loses her composure, Monica feels determined to keep her own. She only wants to be what Sayori needs right now, so she won't let any sadness show. Her voice comes through as soft and gentle. This isn't putting up with you, it's just being your friend. Monica offers a few words of comfort, but she knows, Sayori said it herself, that the thoughts Sayori experiences aren't the ones that don't belong, and Monica can't magically make them go away. The most she can do is help Sayori battle them like any good friend would do. You have so much value to me and your other friends too. This club wouldn't have been the same without you. I really mean that. You coming here was the best thing that could have happened. Even if we never got any other members, we'd still be happy. That's what you brought here. You brought a vision, and you also brought happiness. And that's your favorite thing to do, right? Siri doesn't respond, but Monica feels her gently nod. No more words are needed between them. The two share their embrace for a little longer, Monica letting Siri take as much time as she needs. Once her breathing steadies and her sniffles finally cease, Siri lifts her head and wipes her eyes. I guess I knew that. The fuck are you? What is happening in your background? It's like a movie. Oh, it's just your fucking soundboard. My fucking god. You just... Oh, you motherfucker, bro! Oh my goodness, this... Fuck, dude. Fucking mosquito bit my eyebrow, bro. It fucking sucks, bro. Don't even know how fucking mosquitoes get in my house. Like, bro, I'm inside my house 24/7. No fucking going outside, and I still get bit. Alright, anyways. Some days are harder than others. Well, I'm here whenever you need me. But any other time, I'll make sure things are the way they usually are. If that's what makes you happy. Thanks. You're the best. No, you are. The two exchange smiles. You know, I'm sorry to bring this all up a sudden, but have you considered talking to a professional? What the fuck? Sorry, nods. It's scary.
Sorry, bro, I'm playing
Sorry,
Clash
so
of
hard
Clans.
to tell people. Yeah. Well, of course, it will always be your choice, but if you ever find the courage for it, I can do my best to help you. Thanks. I think it helps knowing that you would. Suri suddenly yawns and stretches. Wow, that made me tired and hungry. Well, I won't make you do any work today if you're not. No, I want to. I mean, I can say it's definitely one thing that makes me happy. Monica smiles. I buy
Hanukkah! Hanukkah
All
smile.
of a sudden, the sound of the door makes the
Hanukkah
causes
smiles.
the two of them to turn their heads. The door opens halfway and then stops. A face peeks inside. A face that seems familiar. Ah, it's Yuri.
Hanukkah smiles.
Character discrepancy. Having run the control simulator for a while, it's evident that a certain character is missing from any mention or appearance. That makes me speculate that Monica's meddling is less clumsy than we think. That's because she had to manufacture this character herself, as a way of forcing interaction between her and the user. Could that be why the character has such limited and dissonant character personality traits? Or am I reading into too much of this? I'll open an issue to start tracking info and observation of the anomaly of this character appearing. What?
Wait, can you even pick what you say in this game? I forget. Or is it only sometimes? It's like a visual novel, right? Like you're just
You only
reading.
get to pick sometimes.
Oof.
There's also poems you can do to pick what character you want to see or hang out with.
Nice.
Okay, I got a new music. I think that's new.
Play Monica only.
Bye.
Because I'm curious. That's a joke, by the way. You don't actually have to.
I set this
Bro,
as
I'm
one.
saving that.
This
Set
is
that as
quite
wallpaper.
concerning.
Set as wallpaper.
No.
Wait, go back to that? I just realized what happened with Sayori, bro.
Series? No, I'm not going back to that. Nah.
Bro, what was going on with Sayori there?
Interesting parts. Anyways.